In this video, we're going to talk about how we find equations to fit our patterns in geometry. If this video helps you, please like and subscribe for more content. I make videos about all different math subjects. So the first thing to do is identify the pattern when we're asked to find an equation. So I would look at this and I'd say, well, the first term was 4, then 7, then 10. So to me, it looks like we're just adding 3 every time. So I would say, all right, the pattern then is just to add 3. Well, to make an equation out of this, I always start with the first value. Okay, our first value was 4. I say, okay, 4 plus, because that's what's happening every time, is we're adding, and then I write 3 times x. Now, there's one problem with this. Let me show you what it is. So we started at 4, and we would like an equation basically so that if I said, well, what's the 100th term? I don't want to add, 6 is 19, 7. I don't want to have to do that and write all those terms out to 100. I want an equation where I can easily just plug 100 in for x and get the 100th term. But then for that equation to work, it needs to work always. And you'll notice if I plug 1 in to this, 4 plus 3 times 1, I don't get the first term, I get the second. And if I plug in 2, I get 4 plus 6. Well, that's 10. I'm off. And this is an easily fixed thing by doing this. Subtracting 1 from our term. So here's what that does. Let's say now we're plugging in 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. So 4 plus 0 is 4. If I plug in 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. So basically, all I was off by was kind of this counter, like, oh, I can't be using x. I got to be plugging in the term before x. So that's why I did x minus 1. So this then is the equation that would allow me to plug in 100 if I wanted to and get the 100th term. Let's do one more. So I went from 7 to 3. So to me it looks like a subtraction of 4. Let's see if that's consistent. It is. I'm just subtracting 4. I would do this the same exact way. Let's start by just saying our pattern was subtracting 4. So our first term was 7. And then we are subtracting 4 every term. I'm going to do that, but I think we're going to have the same problem, and that is if I plug in 1, I get 7 minus 4. I get the second term. So again, you'll see I'm off. I plug in 1, but I get the second term. If I plug in 2, I get the third term. And this, again, easily fixed by just putting some parentheses and saying, I'm going to plug in 1 less. I want to plug in 1 less than the term number I want. And again, look for the pattern, and then we basically are creating a linear equation that fits that pattern.